I exchanged friendship bracelets with Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
Wow.
So,
How did this happen?
okay, so
Hey everybody, welcome to the last episode of Help Desk for the year for 2024, and what a year it has been. I'm your host Drew, as always. I'm joined by Pris, I'm joined by Alfie, and we are joined once again by Tarun on the couch. He's looking awkward on our beautiful Scanteak couch.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. What a year it's been, huh?
It has definitely.
We've got lots of things to talk about.
Mhm.
What we're gonna do for this episode is that we're gonna recap the biggest events from this year, and our producers are gonna run us through how that works.
Okay, so today's episode, the producers, me and Ash, will be throwing topics to you that we have gathered and nicely put into our wheel of fortune here. So we'll be rolling the wheel, and whatever topic it lands on, we'll pass it over to our help desk crew team to give their opinions and whatever they have to say. So for the first one, Ash, that's pretty quick. Okay, for the first one, it is Taryn's time to shine. All right, it was the fatal SIA turbulent flight.
So just to recap what happened. So Singapore Airlines flight SQ321, it took off on May 20th, local time, from London Heathrow Airport at about 10:15 p.m. And as it was flying over the Irrawaddy Basin in Myanmar, it encountered severe clear air turbulence, or supposedly clear air turbulence. So what presumably happened was that the plane began to rise a bit because of the autopilot, despite the autopilot, and then the autopilot pitched it down. Then the pilot gave the seatbelt sign to say, okay, everybody wear your seatbelts. And within 10 seconds after the seatbelt sign was put up, suddenly the plane began to plunge, and it plunged really rapidly, and the rapid change in G-force caused people to especially who weren't wearing their seatbelts, to get flung up. And then after that, the changes then eventually led to those people. It went back to like a positive G, and everybody just fell back down.
Oh man.
Yeah. So after the accident, once the pilots found out that there were people injured and that there were people in a critical condition, the plane got diverted to Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok, and people were hospitalized for a week. As we know, as far as I recall, one person died, and many were injured. Many were injured from the incident. There were people who were paralyzed. They had neck injuries, spinal cord injuries. So yeah, it was a pretty serious incident.
Yeah, it's like a new fear unlocked for all of us. I feel like, after traveling.
Yeah.
with
I
that
mean,
one.
wasn't it after this accident that like more instances like this happened also?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Just like-
more like
like-
reports of turbulence.
Yeah.
I guess,
Yeah. And Singapore Airlines also changed its policy about like hot drinks for a while, for a certain while,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
hot drink
yeah.
service.
And I think there was like reports coming out that like because of climate change, like this might be a more like regular thing, which is kind of like super scary, right?
It's quite
Yeah.
scary.
Have you guys been on planes since the turbulence, this
Yeah.
one incident?
Yes.
Yeah, for
have.
sure.
Have you noticed anything like different about flights since then?
I think it's just something that we keep in mind. I mean, like, I think all airlines, like, we will experience some form of turbulence. But I think if you just keep seated and like your seatbelt is on, that's like the best that you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but
even-
before the turbulence thing, would you guys wear your seatbelt
I was
always?
just about to ask that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always wear. Like, I remember having this conversation, and some people were like, "Oh yeah, it's so uncomfortable. That's why I don't."
Yeah.
I was like-
But to be
And-
completely honest, before the turbulence incident, if I would always be waiting for the seatbelt sign.
To
Oh,
come
and then
off?
you can just-
And it's
like-
okay. There we go. I'm
Yeah.
free. I mean, because it's easier to sleep without like a belt, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
You
strapping
can
you
just
down.
make it like loose.
Yeah, but I don't know. My mentality was like, just get rid of the belt.
You
and,
like to
you
sleep
know.
unencumbered.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was my mentality then. So I just flew back from China, from a trip to China,
Mm.
Yeah.
on Sunday. So as the flight was coming back over like the sort of the south of China region, as I recall, like the plane was hit by not severe turbulence, but like turbulence that you could feel in the seats. Like it was
Okay.
like the plane was shaking.
Do people scream?
No, there's no screaming, but like I remember, I mean, I have been on planes with turbulence before, especially like if it's like a longer flight.
Yeah.
And I remember in the past, like, you know, the seatbelt sign doesn't always come up when there's turbulence. It's
Yeah.
not like a always kind of
Yeah,
thing. But here, for instance, you know, the pilot was really quick to announce, okay, seatbelt sign on, everybody sit down, you know, hot meals and hot drink service has been postponed till after this. And all the crew were also like strapped in. So it was like, it feels like being a bit more cautious about
They
turbulence.
take these things way more seriously.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, certainly they do for me. Like I definitely strap in now. Like every time, even like the plane. Actually, now whenever I'm sitting down, I'm
Just
wearing my
strapped in.
Just
seatbelt.
strap in.
Yeah.
Strapped in.
Yeah.
Chris, were you a strap-in kind of person before?
Okay. I think no.
Before
I
the
think same.
turbulence?
I'll just remove it once it's done because
Once
I
you
mean,
see the
yeah,
seatbelt
once
sign
it's
goes
like
off.
when we are
What
already
a bunch
cruising.
of rebels.
Yeah, no.
The
because
pilot
it's like,
always says recommend to keep
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
seatbelt on,
recommend.
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though the
yeah.
seatbelt sign is off.
Yes, yes.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Every time you just come to the seat, just put it back on because
Yeah.
I mean, you never know what will happen.
Now you do it. Okay, but okay,
Yeah.
so you guys now will always have the seatbelt on when you're seated, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if the sign is off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now let me ask the next important question. Are you the kind that will pull it tight or will you keep it loose?
I keep it loose. Ish.
Oh.
Ish.
I keep like one thumbs
One
yeah,
thumb.
No, so
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
like you
yeah.
can breathe because it's like if you pull it really tightly, it's like you're just like that. But then I think one thumb's like I mean I don't know. This is not like professional advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
pretty
think
tight,
it's-
right?
it's-
it's pretty
quite
It's quite
tight. It's still quite
professional.
tight.
Like, it's very
Yeah.
empirical.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
like a clear
The
like
measurement.
indication.
Yeah, you
of-
can like breathe, but it's also like still tight and
Yeah,
secure.
you take
That's like
safety
the
seriously.
procedure when you go on the roller coaster,
Oh yeah.
and then they
Yes.
put their hand like that to
Mm.
check.
Yeah.
Right.
One
Yeah.
one hand, one thumb space basically. That's the rule for everything. Shoe
Actually, yeah.
size as well.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh.
I don't know, is it? That's what I was told.
Like-
If you can fit like a thumb at the end of your shoe, then it fits.
So
Karen,
it's
are
not
you
too
a tight strapper or not?
Nah, I get very nauseous if like the belt is too tight.
Okay.
Like there's this on like cars and trains and stuff like
Mhm.
that. If it's like a long journey, I need it to be a bit
Yeah.
like
A bit loose.
yeah, a bit of liberty in my
Yeah, yeah.
in that sense. Yeah.
Do you guys do I strap you guys as a tight strapper or a loose strapper?
Loose.
Yeah,
Loose.
definitely.
Let me
Yeah,
surprise you guys. I'm
loose.
actually like pretty tight. I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah. I kind of
Oh.
like the comfort of having it sitting there.
Oh.
Then
Yeah, like I feel
completely
like if it's
secure.
too loose, like it kind of like just dangles on like my leg, which I don't like.
You can just put it at the side if it's not.
Yeah, but then like I don't know, it just feels like it's in the way. But if it's like, if I know like it's there, then like I don't
Like a
know.
belt.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
It's just like a belt, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know what actually scares me the most now? Going to the toilet when I'm on a plane. Because
Yes.
there was that dude
Yeah.
who was like in
Yeah.
the toilet on
Yeah.
that flight, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
nightmare fuel. Like
Yeah.
that story's nightmare fuel was
Yeah.
quite.
Yeah, now there's like there's a
terrifying.
handle in like the
Mhm.
toilet, like
Mhm.
gripping that thing tight while I'm
Yeah.
I'm doing my
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
not scared of like hot drinks,
Oh
Hot
yeah.
drinks.
Hot drinks.
That
What
was
hot
spill
drinks are
on
you guys
you.
getting on the plane?
like
Tea or
coffee,
tea and coffee? Yeah.
or like food. Oh, that's
I
pretty.
don't get hot drinks.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
nah,
sorry.
I'm
can't
a cold
relate, I
drinks kind of
guess.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
No, but you know, back to the toilets. I'm actually more scared of the toilet flushing.
Why? What do you mean?
Why?
It's so
It's
loud
so-
and scary.
It's so scary.
It's very scary.
It's so
It's like-
scary.
It's getting
It's like-
vacuumed out of the.
Yeah. When I press the button, I'll like go out.
Yeah.
It's so loud. It's so loud, and like you're enclosed
Yeah.
in that
Yeah,
in that small room.
Do you not
itself.
close the lid when you flush?
Even if
Doesn't-
you close the
doesn't
lid,
that
yeah.
help
It's
with the
scary.
sound?
It's so scary. I don't know
Oh,
how to explain it.
Yeah, and I mean I can imagine if I was a small kid, I would be afraid of those kind of things.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been on the toilet seat during turbulence in the flight? That's
Ooh.
it's quite an experience.
Did you have an experience that was quite specific?
Yeah.
You-
Yeah, it
I'll
was-
just
you-
say I won't give too much detail on it, but it was an experience.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
How did you survive?
No, I mean it was just
Were you
you're just
soiled?
shaking like the entire. Suddenly, if I was soiled, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that
I
would
wouldn't
be-
know. It's easy to recover damages in that state. Yeah, but
Wow.
Okay, but this is a serious matter. I mean, I think we
Yeah.
take safety seriously
Yeah,
and
yeah,
buckle
yeah.
up.
yeah,
Don't
do
be like
wear
Darun.
seatbelts. Don't be me.
Don't be like
Yeah, it's
that.
not that
Wear
hard.
seatbelt.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to
Not that
buckle.
bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not that uncomfortable. I don't know why I had the mentality before of like I have to take it off.
I mean, you're a free spirit, man. Don't be too hard on yourself. You're a free spirit. You're a free spirit. Okay, shall we move on to the next topic?
Spin it. What's it? Oh my god. To back. All right, back to back. Sorry, Tarun.
Oh.
Again,
Oh.
okay. Well, get it out of the way.
Yeah. So Lawrence Wong becoming Prime Minister of Singapore this year.
Prime Minister Lawrence Wong took up the position on 15th of May from Senior Minister Lee Hsien Loong. And since then, I mean, quite a few things have happened. I mean, it's the beginning of his takeover as Prime Minister, but he's delivered his maiden NDR speech. He was at the first NDP as Prime Minister. And towards the end of the year, he took over leadership of the People's Action Party as Secretary General.
Yeah, introduced with the Apata
The
song.
Apate song.
The epic
Which
one.
I can't quite
Intro.
properly pronounce it. Like the Apate.
Yeah.
Apate.
Apatu.
How do you say it?
Apatu?
Apatu?
Yeah.
It's like an
Apatu.
EU at the end.
Yeah.
Apatu.
Is that officially his anthem now? Like his intro song?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it should
that would
be.
be pretty
shouldn't it?
He comes in with
Yeah.
doing the dance.
Yeah, I still remember when he went up and he was like,
You were at the conference.
Yeah, I was at the
obviously. Yeah, you
conference.
came on our podcast and spoke about that.
yeah, and then he was like, I don't know who.
I don't know why.
they
Yeah.
played that song. But it's great. It was so fitting for like this
Mm.
like idea of like younger generation and youth. Yeah, so like I mean, one of the more striking aspects of I guess of the speeches he's given so far and things like that has been this idea of refreshed Singapore dream. Just as like a kind of overarching idea for many of the policies and things he's like putting forward for over the next few years. And I mean, it was like an idea concept when he first mentioned it at inauguration, and I think we've seen it like get fleshed out over the years. So
Yeah.
with things like changes to the gifted education program or the Skills Future job seeker support scheme.
Yeah.
So there's been things over the past year that really suggest, this idea he mentioned in his inauguration, like a major reset. That's yeah.
Do you guys remember a prime minister like that was not Lee Hsien Loong? Do you remember when Goh Chok Tong was prime minister?
No,
I think you guys are
no.
too young for that.
Too young.
A slight memory.
Yeah,
Wait,
a very
that's
vague memory. Were you even
memory,
born
yeah.
when that happened?
Yes.
I have very vague memories of Goh Chok Tong. So like our whole
Yeah.
lives basically,
Yeah.
like Lee Hsien
Lee
Loong has
Hsien
been
Loong.
prime minister.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is like pretty massive, honestly,
Yes.
to see this kind of change in our lifetime, I suppose.
Mm.
Yeah, and then who knows? I mean, if how long the next prime minister
Yeah.
will be in charge for. Alfie and I, we were on the ground in Marsiling
Yeah.
at Lawrence Wong's like
Was
his party. I don't know how would you describe that event? What was that event?
like a gathering.
Yeah,
And then
gathering.
yeah, it was like a huge gathering and they had like green screens of his inauguration.
yeah, it was like projected.
Yeah,
it was the night of his inauguration.
Sorry, not green screen. I
Yeah,
mean screen.
projection
Yeah,
screens,
projection
yeah.
screen.
It was the night of his inauguration, right? And they had a thing in Marsiling, which is his ward,
Yeah.
for people to come and watch and to celebrate with him afterwards.
Yeah. And everyone was like crowding him. Actually, security wise, it's like horrible.
Yeah.
But we were part of the crowd. Drew was like basically trailing him from like the middle to up
Wow.
to get photos, and the photos were really nice.
Thank you. That's
yeah.
nice of you to say.
They were really, really nice. But we waited for him for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite exciting though. It's like the anticipation of like we were moving around that space to figure out like what time he's coming, and people were like murmuring like, "Oh, I think he's here. I think he's here."
Yeah,
and then people
yeah.
were like crowding his car. It was like he parked like his car was parked like along like two. I think there were two same cars or something like that. And I was like waiting at that corner when he was leaving. Then they all like stood
Like,
there so that
ran.
they could like say bye to him.
Yeah.
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 But it was a bit of it was a surprise that he was there because nobody knew that he was
No,
going to
no,
turn
no,
up
no,
at
no. It
the-
wasn't a surprise.
No, I think it was it not?
Wasn't it a surprise?
how did- I'm sure we.
I think when we went there, we weren't sure if he was going to show up, and later on the night, it was decided that he would come and join us.
Yeah.
yeah,
It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
I
We
didn't know it
but
was a
we
surprise.
might have known before the media probably. If I remember it correctly, we might have been told slightly before everyone else found out.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I remember there was an MC who was saying like, "Oh, there will be a surprise later on tonight."
Yeah.
Right.
Ah.
But it was
I think it
like
was
strongly hinting that he was going to show up. Who do you guys think is like the most popular? Like what celebrity like commands like adoration from people around the world? Like who would be like super popular? I don't know, like Taylor Swift or something.
Taylor
Yeah.
Swift.
People go crazy for
Yes.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Lawrence Wong is like Taylor Swift for Marsiling aunties.
Oh.
Dude, the aunties
Yeah.
are going nuts. Aunties and
Yeah.
uncles were going nuts for
Yeah.
Lawrence Wong.
Mm.
Wow.
It was a sight to behold. Like literally, like they were like thronging him. I
Yeah.
was surprised. Like he like they had to like make this like little walkway for him from his car
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
stage.
It didn't work.
Yeah,
didn't
I almost like got pushed over onto like a poor auntie. I like saved her life with my like core muscles to hold myself up
Oh
while I was
my
being pushed
God.
over. It was tough.
They're
But,
like families with kids, and the kids were like left behind.
Also, like the parents just like
Yeah,
oh,
we
where-
me and Yat had to like guide this kid back to the dad, because the dad was like charged in front of us to shake the hand.
Yeah.
So the kid was behind us, and we were like, oh, it's okay.
There you go. Like Lawrence Wong, the
Wow.
Taylor Swift of marshalling aunties and uncles.
Yep.
Super popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the next? Shall we move on to the next
Wait,
topic?
I need to say.
You
that I
you
was-
want to? You want? Oh,
I
yeah.
was also at the Istana
Wow.
on
Oh,
the day,
yeah,
on
yeah.
the night off.
Right.
My first assignment with Mothership.
Was
ever
it
since
really?
joining. Yes, it was.
Oh wow.
First time in the Istana.
What was it like in the Istana?
Wow, quite creepy. Because there was nobody there. Everyone was at the like foyer on the grass, right?
Okay.
So like
Right.
members of the media were actually just in the Istana. Then while we were waiting, we can see all like the ministers like walking around the Istana. That's like, can I go toilet now? So I was like, maybe I catch one of them in the toilet.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
did
know.
you?
Yes, I didn't.
Oh,
I
you
go to the
didn't.
toilet, but I didn't
Oh,
catch
okay.
any of them.
Should
But
have waited there.
yeah, I should
Yeah.
have. I should have ambushed. Can I see? Then I want to ambush them.
No, I didn't.
Should've
I
Stop.
shouldn't say that, but yeah, I was
For security.
like whoever in Singapore was there lah. So I met like Joseph Schooling, a lot of athletes, a lot of I remember seeing Taufik. Was Taufik there? I don't know. There were a bunch of people basically, and we were like super crowded. After that, we were just like, okay, we left. Then, funny thing about Lawrence Wong is that he's my MP.
Oh, okay, for your district.
You're
Yeah.
marshalling.
I'm a muscling
uncle.
UT kind of guy. Yeah,
Uncle.
I don't throw myself at him, but I
Not
did.
yet.
I did. Yeah, not yet. But
Once you pass the age of 40, bro.
yeah,
you'll
maybe,
be there.
maybe he'll look totally different to me then. But I remember seeing him once at just walking around UT once.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm like, what the hell is my prime minister walking, just walking around UT, just
Now,
walking?
since
But
he became prime minister.
it was like very close.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was like a toast box like that. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Then we both shared like 3 seconds of eye contact.
Oh, you
Wow.
told him that? Or
No,
it was
I
in
just
your
gave him
head?
the eye contact. I was
That
like,
eye contact.
then he was like, yeah, I'm walking. Like, because he was gonna get crowded.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
he was in his like super white PAP power suit.
As in he was at the toast box. like,
Yeah.
Having a meal.
Okay, no, not having a meal. He was just like walking towards the toast box. Then I was
okay.
like, I just gave him a approving nod. Then we just exchanged glances.
Oh, is it the one at UT Point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was hidden.
No, I can picture
somewhere.
it.
if you do meet like PM on the streets, will you say hi?
If they don't look busy. If they're not
PM
rushing.
or minister or just like any politician?
Yeah, I mean any politician.
It depends if they look. I think if they're with their family,
Yeah.
then like I would probably am unlikely to. I did see a minister recently at Changi Airport. I don't want to say which one, but like he was with his family. And I have interacted with this minister before. I don't know if they remember me, but like I just kind of like gave like a little nod, and he like looked at me and then like yeah. I don't know. I feel like if they're in official but would you say hi if they were family on official duties like walking about?
I wouldn't, but I feel like a lot of people
A lot of people
would.
want to,
Yeah.
right? Like they want to go up and like shake their hand and
Yeah,
things
unless
that,
like we're friendly with them. If I saw like Edwin Tong, like
Yeah.
Minister Edwin Tong, I would definitely say hi.
Maybe once you turn 40, then like you feel for some reason compelled to go
Yeah.
up
Yeah,
and like
you
shake
probably
their
have
hand.
to
yeah,
yourself.
like I have excuses like I'm
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like this is my space. Deal with it. Like you have to say hi to me. And it's that group that will complain if the minister doesn't say hi back, right?
Oh, maybe. I
But
don't
now I'm
know.
not at this age yet. Yeah, okay.
Not yet.
okay.
Yeah, you
Fair enough,
can
fair
respect that.
It comes with time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. When we're all 40, we'll all be thronging ministers or politicians to say hi.
Going to every rally.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
crowding
like,
and
yeah.
elbowing each other. For...
Few more years. Don't worry about that. We'll be there. Okay, so let's spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel.
Yeah, give me a speed that wheel.
Okay.
We do?
Uh,
Okay.
Okay,
I don't know, what do
it's
we
really
do?
spinning. It's really spinning.
Oh.
spin.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Okay, next
Next
one.
round.
Spun the wheel.
Fun.
The wheel has spun and landed on the East-West Line train breakdown.
Okay. Wow. Wow. So negative.
Mm.
Why don't we just talk about trains in general this year? Okay, it was a big year for trains, and for all fans of trains. I'm a new fan of trains because in June, on June 23rd, in fact, the Thomson East Coast Line, the East Coast side, open. So that meant there were 7 new stations added to the line: Tanjung Ru, Katong Park, Tanjung Katong, that's my personal favorite one, Marine Parade, Marine Terrace, Siglap, and Bayshore. And let me tell you guys, this was a life-changing moment for me.
Yeah.
I never used to live near a train station, at least like one bus stop. I would have to take a bus to a train station in the past. But since then, now I can finally walk to and use a train station. And I'm getting used to it, getting used to this level of convenience. But, as mentioned by Ikmal, it wasn't just a positive year for trains, because from September 24th to October 1st, there was a east-west line disruption. And this happened when the axle box of a Kawasaki C151 train dislodged, damaging the track and equipment along the stretch between the Clementi and Dover stations. This resulted in a suspension of regular services between the Boon Lay and Queenstown stations, affecting more than 2.6 million commuters. Were you guys affected by this at all?
I was, because I live in Queenstown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, okay, maybe to work now, but...
Why
sometimes-
not? Because you would take the
I would
train-
take the train to the Pasir Ris side. But then this one is towards the Tuas Link side.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I do want to like meet with my friends to go, and we usually meet in like Jurong West, because like Jurong East, because that's like where a lot of the things are. I would have to take the shuttle bus. But I have to say that the staff and like how they came up, like just to work things out, they actually did it quite well. And I mean, there were a lot of people that were affected, but I think they did an overall pretty good job with like the staff and also like the buses.
Wow, that's nice and positive of you.
Really?
Chris.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah.
Did you guys have any experiences with either the TEL or the EWL line, EWL train?
I honestly was not affected at all.
You're like a
only-
red line kind of girl.
I'm
right?
a red line girl,
Yeah.
but I wasn't affected at all. But we had to report on it, right?
Yeah.
So some of them went down to Buona Vista area, and the queues were like snaking. And I was like, well, I can
These are
imagine.
for the replacement buses?
Yeah,
Or-
replacement buses and people who were not very like aware of what's happening.
Okay.
But I think it's so frustrating because imagine at the end of the day, you just the only thing you want to do is go home.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that was the most
yeah.
frustrating part. And I see like everyone in their like work clothes, right? Then with like their bag and shit, they're just like waiting out in like in the rain. Or it's like drizzling.
Yeah.
There were queues outdoors. Everyone just like a bit confused, that kind of thing. Yeah, but there are a lot of people like staff helping out. But I think that's still not enough because
I mean, it's
It's-
an unexpected
and like
event,
the
right?
amount of people affected, like
It's crazy.
what more can they do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's like, I'll be so frustrated if that happened to me.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine what the ride-hailing prices would have
Oh
been? It
my
would have been
God.
nuts. Like,
Yeah.
did we report on
insane.
anything?
We
I don't know.
did,
Oh,
we
we did?
did.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
Grab
Someone-
offered a
Yeah, a lot
it's
of
on the
them
second
offered.
Oh,
day or
yeah.
something. I remember.
Yeah,
This is I
yeah.
have to.
A lot of them offered like discounts and
Mm.
like especially for the places that were affected. So I think we did like a post like, oh, these are all the promo codes that you guys can
Mhm.
use.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
really, I mean, a lot of people needed to be at places. So
I remember
Yeah.
I went down on this was the day after disruption. This was to Jurong.
Yeah.
I think actually the only thing was like some people were confused as to how to get to the bridging bus.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people thought it was at the bus interchange. So I remember we were standing. We were trying to like get we're doing like sort of street interviews with people
Yeah.
on the ground, and a lot of people were approaching us and going, "Do you guys know where's the bridging bus?" I mean, but to the credit of I mean, there were a lot of people that I believe they were volunteers and people there who were
Mhm.
really helping,
Yeah.
like to the best of their ability to
Mm.
guide, like usher people to the bridging buses, or to like to explain how the shuttle train service would work.
We're working, yeah.
Yeah, so but I think by the second and third day things were pretty settled, as I remember when I was on the ground. Yeah. There wasn't so much of like the extremely long queues, but the travel time had lengthened quite a bit. Yeah,
For
that
sure,
period of
for
time.
sure.
Yeah.
you know what this like made me realize? We rely a lot on our public transport, and we're actually like very blessed that for most of the days our public transport runs very smoothly, because in other countries disruptions like this are normal.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like when I was traveling through Europe earlier this year, it's like train strikes happen. Like
Yeah.
the train people would just go on a strike, and then it's like, oh, the thing is
Yeah.
It's
cancelled.
like,
for today.
okay.
I had an experience once when I was overseas. Like I won't say where, but like I was on a bus
Yeah.
heading back to my room.
Yeah.
And
Where?
so, like halfway through the ride, as on the way back, suddenly the bus lights went out,
Okay.
and the guy just parked on the side of the road and said, "Okay, yeah, you're out."
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like it was like 7:30 or something, and that
Yeah.
was like the time for like a bus strike. So he just like was like,
Oh.
"Okay, get out." I was like, "What?"
man.
So
What
I just
happened
got out and
afterwards?
I just walked to like the nearest bus stop and then like took it. Like I tried to find like another way back,
But if
I was
all
like,
the buses
wow.
are on strikes, then how did you? So what did you do?
No, I think it wasn't all the so because there were like different bus services
Yeah.
and things like that. So not
Mhm.
everybody was on strike. So
Yeah.
I just tried to find my way back. But it wasn't that big a deal, but it was really funny to me because it's like, okay, yeah. So, disruptions like this are not, that
Yeah.
unusual in the global context. I mean,
Yeah,
here it's
yeah.
like it is shocking when like a train line is down for a little
Yeah.
bit. Not even
Yeah.
the whole train line, just a section.
Yeah.
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 That's already like enough to kind of like be newsworthy. But in other countries, it's like I
It's-
don't think something like the
Yeah.
EWL,
It's probably-
EWL,
EWL disruption.
It's like-
EWL
Oh,
disruption.
another
Yeah,
day.
in other
Yeah.
countries, it's like FYI.
FYI,
Is it- yeah.
They
this
happen
happened.
again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
happening
so-
again.
This
Like,
one is
okay.
like,
It's like
oh
big
my
news.
god, big news,
Yeah.
breaking news.
Yeah.
Spin
That.
wheel.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Okay, only positive
So-
topics left, I think.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
great. I mean, TEL was
Uh,
positive.
Yeah.
I mean, because
It-
it
could-
was fixed.
Yeah.
No, well, that's EWL, but TEL.
Oh,
Oh,
TEL.
TEL.
That's
yeah.
super positive. I love that.
Okay, we landed
Blackmail.
on Paris Olympics 2024.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the Paris Olympics was on the second half of July and it was held in, Olympics was held in Paris,
Paris.
duh. Yeah, but I think what was super interesting about this year is that because it was held in Paris and they didn't build a stadium for the opening ceremony, right? So I remember watching the opening ceremony. It was like 4-hour stream.
Oh,
I watched the
no.
whole thing and all the performances and the walk-in by the athletes were along the Seine River.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool. But like some people
Is that
call
how
it
you say it? The sign?
Sign?
Sen.
Seine.
Sen.
Seine.
Yeah, our francophile here.
Seine
Seine
River. I thought it was Seine.
I
Okay.
wasn't sure. I was like just asking
I
a
don't
genuine
know.
question.
Listen. Yes.
Listen.
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 Say it in a French
Listen.
accent.
Sen.
Can you say it for like,
Yeah, in a
so I
French
don't
accent.
have to again?
Sen.
Seine. Okay.
Sen.
Oh, you call.
Yeah. Sane.
Sane.
No,
Sane.
it's like,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
anyway, it was held by the
Quite.
river, and I thought that
Quite.
was quite interesting. But I think leading up to the whole Olympics, the coverage was quite interesting for Singapore.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
yeah, I think for this year, I don't know if this is my first year reporting on Olympics or
Yeah.
like such a big scale like sporting event. But
Following it for work, basically.
yeah, but
Mm.
I felt there was a lot more support for like the athletes this year. So
Mm.
maybe not like monetary, I don't know, but it's more of like support from locals, ministers, and how it was like more advertised, I would
Mm.
say.
Mm.
But yeah, I think the biggest highlight for Olympics was Max
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
Max Mader.
how Max made it and how no one knew about kite foiling and everyone had to.
yeah.
We were struggling. We were staying up like late because the games his matches kept getting
Yeah.
delayed. So we
Yeah.
were up till like past 12, just waiting and refreshing the freaking page
Wow.
to see if like the score is up. So we had to report it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the saddest news of the Paris Olympics is that none of us were in Paris.
Not this time. Maybe
Not-
next time. When's the
maybe-
next
maybe
Olympics going to be
In
held?
4 years.
LA.
Oh, okay.
I
There you
already
go.
had shot a deal with Sing Si. If I'm still in Mothership, I'll go.
You go on your own pocket though.
No.
No, they'll pay
His
for you to
pocket.
go. Oh, his pocket.
yeah,
But okay, kite foil. No one had heard of the
Yep.
sport, like you said. Now it's
Yeah.
like Singapore's favorite sport.
yeah.
Thanks to Max Mader, bronze medalist in the
Bronze
kite foil
medalist.
thing.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how the sport works.
Oh, we had to learn, but yeah, I mean, it's not as like. I think if you're a sailor, then it makes sense like points wise or like
Okay.
how it's mapped out.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but when we were on the ground, so me and our other colleague were at the sailing club, and that's where like there was a watch party for him,
Mm.
and it was massive. It was like like huge balloons, like to the max. Like everything was just for max. And it
Was
was
this
like,
for the final?
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was everything for max. Like
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like, I was so impressed.
The support is really there.
The sport is
Yeah.
really there. And the people who were there, not all of them were like sailors or from that group. It's just like
Oh.
people who just wanted to watch and like come together.
Yeah.
So it was like over 100 people just watching. Imagine like so excited already there, but there's so many other people at home watching it
Yeah.
also. So I think that support given to like Max and like obviously other athletes as well. Yeah, was like quite amazing.
What was the mood like when he won bronze?
Oof. Okay.
We were hoping for a gold, right?
no,
Let's
yeah,
be clear
no,
about that because he was world champion, so there
Yeah.
was a chance. We were, it's a real chance that he could have won gold.
honestly, everyone was very, very proud of him. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone like, wow, shit. Like, I felt like really sad. Like I was really, really sad. Like I bailed on the party after that.
That was that was
Oh.
one that I was supposed to go to with you, right? Yeah.
No, but me and like Hannah were like really upset. Not upset, not because of him. We were just like, oh damn. But I think everyone in the crowd was actually so like everyone was cheering.
Yeah.
Like everyone was so happy that like I don't think it's about the medal. It's just that he's representing
Yeah.
Singapore, right? And that's like a huge thing. I'm sure it was a while ago and maybe I wasn't as involved, but maybe it's the same feeling when like Joseph Schooling
One champion.
yeah.
One gold.
that feeling of like Singapore on a global stage kind of thing. I
There's
think that's
some-
quite impressive.
There's
Yeah.
something about the timing as well, right? Of when he won the medal. Was it in around the same time as NDP?
Yeah, it was,
It was, right?
it was about a week before.
Yes.
A week before
Yeah.
NDP. So it
Yeah.
kind of felt like symbolic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, bring back a medal too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember that.
he's what, like 18 now? 18 this year.
Yeah.
So he's got like a few more Olympics
He's
to
nuts.
hopefully best his record
Yeah.
this time around.
And he's like obviously everyone's favorite at this point.
Yeah. Oh my
Everyone
gosh.
loves him.
We
But
went
I
on the
think-
bus.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did you go on the? You,
no, I wasn't on the bus.
Yeah,
You were
I was on the bus
yeah.
with him. This is a celebratory bus that went around Singapore. Dude, kid is a superstar, and he
Yeah.
handles himself so well. Honestly,
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes
For-
I forget
for-
he's 18.
yeah, exactly. Like seems super mature.
Mhm.
Handled the spotlight like a pro. Yeah, I don't know. I was very impressed having seen him up close.
Yeah.
In that sense, yeah.
We had some chance to talk to him as well after the
Mm.
parade, and he knew how to properly introduce himself and stuff like that. I don't know if he was like he feels media trained almost,
Yeah.
but I
Mhm.
really like enjoyed like talking to him, and I hope to see more of him in the next Olympics. Yeah,
And he's fluent in Chinese.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my
I love
God.
watching his
I am so,
interviews in
yeah,
Chinese.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Yeah.
Okay, I think we should also mention Yip Pin Siu at the Paralympics as well. I think she did a historic three-peat,
Peat,
right? Winning
yep.
the 100-meter backstroke as two for the third consecutive time.
Ow.
Fair to say that she's probably definitely Singapore's most
Definitely.
successful athlete ever.
Definitely.
That is super amazing.
And she just got engaged.
She just engaged.
Yeah.
Massive congrats. You know, I actually did at least two classes with her at university.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a flex.
But she wouldn't remember me, I don't think. Yeah.
She's the
But
cool
But I definitely
kid.
remember her. I was like, whoa, that's Singapore's most successful athlete ever.
She's
Yeah.
probably the cool kid in the class.
Definitely,
She was.
definitely.
Spin that
Are you saying
wheel.
the or that?
Spin that.
Oh, I said the. I think I said the.
I said the.
I said that. Oh, I'm the only one who said that.
Okay, we landed on the craze that has taken over the world in 2024 for a subsection of the population, which is Labubu.
Labubu. Okay, the Labubu craze in 2024. So, if you guys didn't know what Labubus are, they're basically miniature toys that
Mm.
Alfie collects too. They are basically small monsters, and they're actually created by a Belgium-based Hong Kong-born artist. And in 2019, they had an exclusive license agreement with PopMart. So it's been around for a while, but it only rose to fame because of Blackpink Lisa. She was
Mhm.
spotted having one of the keychains on her bag, and she also posted it on her Instagram story. So ever since then, it blew up, and Blackpink and Lisa just has an effect on the world. So Singapore also came into that effect, and you just start hearing and seeing all these Labubu stuff, and I think the retail price is not so much, but because of it, people started reselling it, and I mean, the demand and the supply. So
How much
people
is it?
started.
It's like $10.
I think no.
Oh, it's not like one of
It's
those
not-
box like pop mart
No,
It is,
things.
it is.
Because
Yeah.
if it's the keychain, you're talking about the keychain.
The
one?
keychain ones, yeah.
I think it's like retail like
Th-
30.
But it's like a blind box, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't-
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
you have
so
to.
you
You,
won't
don't know
know.
what you're gonna get.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess like I mean, but the thing about blind boxes and like buying things and like for it to be up to chance, like it's been around for quite a while, you know, like like gachapon and stuff
Mm.
like that. But I think it has been becoming a trend back now. Yeah, it's not just Labubus, but also like other little miniature figures. Like I don't know if you guys know Sony Angels
Mhm.
Oh,
or
Pris was the one who told me about this.
Yeah.
These naked little babies that people
babies.
are buying.
Yeah. So like it's been back, and yeah. What do you guys think of blind boxes or Labubu in general? Do you guys?
Can someone
collect
explain
them?
to me the appeal of that?
Oh,
The appeal- you
Alfie,
don't-
why don't you explain
Yeah.
the appeal
Explain,
since you
like-
are a Labubu
Wait, you collect Labubus?
collector?
Labubus.
Can I just say
Yes.
that before this, I've never been invested in blind boxes.
Right?
Like one of our colleagues was like, "Oh, I didn't expect this from you."
Yeah,
Actually,
I
yeah.
find this surprising that you are
Yeah.
into Labubu.
No, okay, wait.
Lab.
Yeah, but
Is it La or Lao?
La.
Labubu.
Labubu.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's just like I love it as a bag charm.
Okay.
So that's kind of the appeal for me. Like it's a cute bag charm. Things are getting boring. Let's like, make it fun.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's the appeal for me. So I don't really like the figurines as much. So if I'm gonna leave it in my house, I don't feel like that's much of an appeal.
Right.
You want to flaunt
You
your.
wanna-
Yeah, so if
your-
like I have the Sony Angels also, but I put it on my iPad, so I can
the
bring
hipper.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's the appeal to me. But I think the rest of people, I saw this video about how like getting Labubus or like blind boxes is like sort of like gambling.
Oh.
It's an addiction
Oh.
at that point.
Yeah. Okay. You're addicted to like the thrill.
The thrill of
what
like
are you gonna
opening
get?
it, the
Right,
thrill of
right,
like
right.
keeping. I have friends outside who say like the whole storeroom is like transformed to like them keeping the boxes and they don't even open
Gosh.
it. Yeah. So it's like to that point that like they're so invested in like the excitement of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole exciting part. It's like the excitement of having it. And then obviously like because it's so crazed now, right? Like it's like, oh shit, like I need to get it. I need to get it because it's cute. I need this one, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
people like keep trying.
What does your
Mm.
Labubu look like?
It looks all the same.
You don't dress it
mine
up
is-
like differently.
No, I
You dress it
don't,
up
I
differently,
don't, I
right?
don't.
Variants, right? Like there's like
A colour.
There was like a PAP Labubu.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think Mothership wrote an article about
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I love
Look
it
that
because it's so cute. Like, I just like how cute it is.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tharun, you have any thoughts on this trend?
No, I mean, I don't fully understand it. I mean, towards the
Okay.
end, then there were like also stories of people breaking into those like claw machines.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I remember
Yes.
like there was one of like these three kids who like had like tilted
Yeah.
a
yeah.
claw
Yeah.
machine over just to get the boxes
Yeah.
to drop in
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
and it was absurd. I mean the degrees to which people are going to get their hands on.
Yeah.
Actually,
is it-
what? Oh, sorry.
Is
go
it
on.
because it's like limited edition or I don't know like what's
The
It's just,
resale value, I think,
the
for these
resale.
people who are trying
I
to steal, right?
think.
Right.
I think so.
Yeah.
What
That's
was
what my-
our
my
version
guess.
of Labubu? You know, when we were younger. If
You
we
know
were
what?
teens.
Okay. Do you know what it reminds me of? And I think you guys are too young for this, but it reminds me of like Gremlins. You know,
Sorry?
you know what Gremlins are?
No.
No. Okay. It's like these little like. Oh, is it Furby?
Oh, I know Furby.
Furbies,
Wait,
yeah,
but
Furbies,
are
yeah.
Furbies
Yeah.
like blind boxes? No,
No,
right?
no,
You
it's
can
not blind
choose-
boxes. But it was
okay.
like these like very
Everyone
similarly
needed to
furry
have it.
looking
Everybody
monsters.
needed a Furby.
And you know, knowing the way that Furby went, this is, I think we haven't reached peak Labubu in our culture yet. Because like, okay, we've got the stealing, right? So that's
Yeah.
one sign that okay, things are getting out of hand.
Yeah.
But the ultimate sign that it has peaked will be when people start sending around WhatsApp messages saying that Labubus are satanic.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
oh
the
yeah,
Labubus
yeah, yeah,
contain
yeah.
like Satan stars or something like that. That's when we
Yeah.
know that it
It's
has
when you
hit
threat,
the
you're
cultural
threatening
peak.
you're threatening
Yeah.
some culture already.
Yeah. Because that's
Mhm.
what happened with these kind of things when I was a kid. Like, Furby is one I remember. The other one I remember is Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Right, that was like once that became satanic, that was like that's when it peaked.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
That's when
important
it's
in the
like, yeah.
culture. It really matters.
So we're watching out.
Yeah.
You know, we're waiting for the aunties to start sending around the WhatsApp group
Right.
messages.
Mm.
Once I get forwarded one, I'll let you guys know immediately. We'll do an emergency podcast about this. So we were just watching the development of this very important trend in our
Yes.
culture. The other thought I have about Labubus, right? I think it's very dangerous for our society. And here's why. It's divided our society into those who have Labubus on their handbags and those who have not.
Really?
Yeah, so I think, the government, the authorities should really look into this because I feel
Oh,
like it's dividing our
discrimination.
society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
Division.
Do you have one on your bag?
I do not.
Yeah,
because-
exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
So now,
Yeah.
like
I'm
now you're not in the same
sorry,
gang as Alfie. I
yeah.
think that's
Ooh.
quite dangerous for our society. If I
So
don't say so
sorry.
myself. Yeah, I don't know. I think we can all agree on that. Okay, moving
Yeah.
on.
No, okay.
Do you guys have other things to say about Labubu?
No, I need to say something about
Okay,
Labubu.
go ahead.
you
Yeah,
need to say
okay.
something.
So I've been spreading this agenda of mine, Labubu agenda.
This
so
is how it starts.
okay. So there was one weekend where I was working the weekend shift, but I was on TikTok.
Okay.
Then the PopMart live stream came on my TikTok,
Okay.
and the very nice China lady was talking about, hey, I'm gonna drop the Labubu on the stream so you can buy it for retail.
Okay,
Oh.
retail price.
Yeah, retail
Wow.
price. So I was like,
Wow.
okay, I know this is flippable, so I can get my money's worth if I actually buy it. So I bought it. Then apparently I bought the limited edition Singapore Malayan Labubu.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Codename Merbubu. Alright.
Mabubu.
Merbubu. Okay.
Merbubu.
So this Merbubu retails for 36, but I resold it for 160 bucks.
Wow.
You scalper.
I'm not a scalper. I'm
This
just
is what is wrong with society.
Yeah,
no, no, no,
this
no,
is-
no, no, no,
That's what I'm
no,
talking about, guys.
no. But it's like I won Toto like that day.
Did you really? You
Yeah.
just went on a live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And just
okay,
like, hey.
you sound like someone who doesn't have a Labubu.
Okay.
Yeah.
sure.
Like a jealous non-Labubu haver. So I've been telling people like, okay, so Ash is our intern, right? So I told her to get on the live stream so and try and get a Labubu.
Oh my god.
Just to earn like a bit of extra cash.
So that's what you've been doing when I've
Just been flipping Labubus.
I haven't.
like
I
it's,
haven't been doing
Oh, I
that because
see.
like I don't buy into the agenda.
Yeah,
So,
don't.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
tried and she
No.
failed.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
like
Mom was
I tried
also
once.
heavily into NFTs, if I'm not wrong,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so I
Oh.
think...
I have a problem with collectibles or monster-ish looking things. Fuggler. So I've noticed also there's a fuggler infestation now
Yep,
in our
yep, yep.
office.
What? What is that?
Ugler.
So fuggler is the
That sounds vagal. Do we have
The-
to,
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
no, it's
We have to
the
bleep that out.
ugly
It's a brand.
ugly cousin of a Labubu.
Oh, I see.
Fuggler.
But it's so cute.
The Scripes team have a few fugglers running around.
Wow, okay.
You may want to take a look at it.
Actually, you know what I thought was funny? I saw, like, just now when I was searching around about Labubu, I saw there was like a fake one called like Bubulu or something like that. That's, yeah,
You're looking
I
at
wanna
those.
start, that's what I want to start collecting.
Yeah,
Bubulus.
Bubulus. Yeah, it's such an interesting trend because, like, on the one hand, you have people collecting it genuinely because they want the toys, but half of it seems to be like trying to make a hustle out of
Yeah.
like
Mm.
the toys.
So it's like NFTs, but for like.
Yeah, but I don't know who's collecting NFTs for fun, like just
When
for
people,
its own
I don't know,
sake.
at one point, like all the celebrities were like, here's my bored ape.
Oh yeah, that's
You
true.
know, like, I mean, it's kind of similar. When will Justin Bieber get a Labubu? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I mean, Dua Lipa already has.
Maybe
Oh, does she?
Hey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
maybe it has like a boo. What do you say it was? A boo boo?
Bubulu.
A boobaloo. Already. Yeah.
Justin Bieber has a bubulu.
Electric Boogaloo.
Okay. Can I get a spin that wheel for the last two topics that we have?
Okay.
Spin that wheel.
Wheel.
Hopefully it's the more serious one.
It's
The Taylor.
It is.
It's a big wheel.
Okay, yeah, it's the Taylor Swift week in Singapore earlier this year.
Wow. Okay, Alfie,
Ooh.
Taylor Swift correspondent, take us away.
Yeah. So Taylor Swift was in Singapore for a 6-day concert
Crazy.
in March. And I think, honestly, it was so much bigger than we anticipated it to be.
Mm.
Because, I mean, we've experienced Coldplay and how
Yeah.
they've been here for a long time. But I think because it's sold out and Taylor Swift has such a influence, like you're not going for a concert, you're going for like a festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people were dressing up, there was like a dress code, there was like a vibe check.
A vibe check.
Like people had to be nice to each other. Like, you know,
Oh.
like Swifties are super nice on the ground.
Yeah.
That's why it was so easy to get like people to speak to us because everyone was just so nice and like the whole like vibe completely changed from any other concert I've been to or like we've been on the ground for.
Mm.
Yeah, so it was 6 days and I think for like we were on the ground a lot and I think a lot of you guys who are watching might know that we had a lot of content
Mm.
and that's because we were on the ground like the entire day. So we were actually stationed in like a back room behind the Sports Hub library. That's where like a couple of the media were.
Yeah.
And we just had this desk. We had portable like Wi-Fi. We were like ready to go.
Wow.
If we know like, okay, the crowd is coming in, XX, go out and take video.
Yeah.
Okay, this person is going to like walk around and take videos. It was super organized. It was an organized mess. And we're just trying to figure it out. We all had like duties or whatever we need to do. There's some days that it rained and it was like horrible, but people were still like, okay, I had to do this, I had to do that.
Yeah.
So we were all stationed there and we like kind of come in and come out. And we had this wristband and it made us feel so powerful because everyone had to queue to go into the library, but we would just like, they would just like walk in.
Why were people going into the library?
So we were in the back room, but at the front, there were activities like friendship bracelets, like different like tote bag making booth, photo booth,
Wow.
like those temporary tattoo. So there were a lot of activities like made by Sports Hub, and I think it was like quite ingenious, honestly, because people came like hours before the concert, not to queue to get in because it's an allocated seats, right?
Yeah.
So no one was queuing to get in. Like it was like 4. The concert started at 7. Like by 3, the whole area was packed already.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
there were activities.
Because there were activities, people were
Yeah.
just like enjoying the vibe. People were just singing outside if they weren't doing other things. So I think it
Wow.
was like, I don't think we'll get that experience for anyone else. Even though they're like more popular, like Beyonce, she's like mother, but like it's not that kind of experience.
Yeah.
It's the fan base as
It's
well.
the
that
fan
shapes-
base. It's the
shapes
fan
that.
base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I thought it was nuts. And like how Singapore is the only place like Taylor had her concert like in the
Inside-
region.
the
Yeah, in
region, yeah.
Southeast Asia.
It just made like a whole difference because there are people from around the world that came and they were like so excited also.
Yeah.
Mm.
And obviously like because of that, I think they came early to enjoy the whole thing. And I thought that was just like really smart on Singapore's end. Yeah.
Wow.
Taran, are you a Swiftie?
No, I'm not a
No?
Swiftie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call
Oh.
myself a Swiftie.
Wow, okay.
no.
Dangerous confessing that on camera. Yeah.
Not,
You
nothing
didn't go to
against-
the concert.
No, I didn't go to the concert.
Okay.
no.
Chris, did you go?
I did not go, but I am a Swiftie.
Oh, so you couldn't get tickets?
Mm.
Oh man. I remember the day that the tickets went on sale. We had like people in our office who were like crowding in like
Yep.
one room to buy
Yep.
tickets together. Yeah, I mean it was a pretty big thing for Mothership people.
Yeah.
I had tickets, but then last minute I ended up going to Europe, right? And not last minute, but like we bought the tickets ahead of time. Then we planned the Europe trip after, and then we decided to go because we had that period where we were taking a bit of a break. And so while the concert was happening, me and my girlfriend were in Europe. We're in the crux of the cradle of civilization and history. So much culture around us. My girlfriend, meanwhile, feeling major FOMO.
Oh, no.
Didn't care about the art, but cared about watching Taylor Swift stories on her phone. So
Who
yeah,
do you
there
sell
go.
the
That's how big it
tickets
was.
to?
I sold it to one of our colleagues' wives,
Oh.
to Shona. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so she went. I sold it to her at cost price.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's-
I'm a nice guy that
Yeah.
way. Yeah. And funny thing is, she sat next to my sister because I bought 4 tickets, right? And my sister went with her friend. And my sister said that she kept trying to make eye contact with Shona because she knew that like I sold it
Yeah.
to a friend, right? But Shona never made eye contact with her, so they never exchanged friendship
Oh,
bracelets.
no.
Speaking of which, Alfie, I think you have a pretty crazy friendship bracelet story. Is that correct? Is that
I exchanged friendship bracelets with Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
Mm.
Wow.
So-
how did
I
this
mean-
happen?
Okay, so I'm so excited. Okay, I need to put like a not TLDR. I'm actually a fan. Like I'm a fangirl. Like I don't know how to describe.
Travis Kelce.
No. I'm like a.
just a fan girl.
I'm
in
a fangirl
general.
in general.
Oh,
So
I
like
see, I
I
see.
get really into like this kind of thing. So I was like, wow, I was a directioner. I was a believer. You know, I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
that kind.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I've wrote
You
that
get into the
article.
fandoms
I
around
really
these
do
things.
get into the
I think there's a
fandoms.
great article about her life as a believer.
Mhm.
And you should look that up. I don't know how, maybe we can put the link in like the
Yeah.
description or something.
So I'm really into this kind of things. So when they started dating, I was like, wow, this guy is my favorite boyfriend of Taylor Swift
Yeah.
already. We already anticipated that he will come because he always goes for her concerts. If he doesn't go for all of them, he'll go for some.
Mm.
I was there for work, so I was going up this like escalator. I was just waiting for this escalator to come, and then right in front, like, the doors open. And the security guard was like, oh, you cannot go in this one. And I was like, oh, okay. Then Travis Kelce was inside with one security guard. So he's
Ooh.
alone in not escalator,
Elevator.
the elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no one could go in with him. And then I went to the next one and I was like, oh shit, like where did he go? And then I was with like an external like friend, and he was like, I think he's here. And then we went like scour, and then we couldn't find him. And then we went to our seats, and we were near like a balcony, and we spotted him like across.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he was like about like 2 blocks away from us, like
Okay.
2 seating blocks away from us.
Was he vibing to the music?
He was.
Oh wow, what a
Yeah.
boyfriend.
And like the weirdest part, okay, so I don't know whether they do this on purpose or if they're really friends, but he had this person with him, like it's this guy. They look alike.
Oh.
I don't know whether it's like a trick thing. No, because we kept getting confused because I was with a colleague
Yeah.
and we were like, wait, no, then he was like, wait, no, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he kept going in and out because Singapore's like freaking
Like a
hot.
body double. A stunt
Yeah.
double.
Stunt double for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, so it was like
Was it
crazy.
his brother?
No, it wasn't. It was like just a friend.
Yeah.
And then we were like going crazy about it. But during the concert, we didn't care. We were like enjoying ourselves. But from the night before, we knew that he will go down, or like any concert, he will go down in the last song to hug her
Mm.
when she leaves the
Yeah.
stage. So like roughly you think like, okay, the last 2-3 songs, he'll make his way down, right?
Yeah.
So I was like I was with our colleague called Fast. I was like, Fast, I'm going to the toilet and like just waiting out.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna pass like this alley and like there's no other way to go down.
Oh.
Then she was like, okay, like you
At the
just
Kelsey
text me.
cornered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went out, and when I was in the toilet, like someone fainted.
Oh.
Like someone puked off. Yeah, no, she fainted. But I think it was underage drinking. Like this girl, like she's
Oh,
like
yeah,
maybe she
yeah.
wasn't feeling well. I'm not sure. But it was quite bad. So I was like pretending to help in a way. Like I said, I'm
You were
pretending to be
stalling
involved. I was just like, oh
time.
shit, I did help her.
Oh.
But she was already with like a cleaner and someone else. So I was just like, oh shit, is everything okay? But I stayed there. I lingered longer than I needed to be.
Yes.
So I was just like, oh. Then I just waited outside.
Your charity hidden agenda. I was like,
She was okay. Then eventually she got wheeled out.
Oh.
She was like
okay.
she fainted.
Yeah.
So she got wheeled out. Everything was okay. And then I was just like, oh shit, is she alright? That kind of thing. And that's when like Travis Kelce walked by
Right.
and I exchanged bracelets with him.
Wow.
What was that like? Was your heart pounding when you went up to him to say, "Hey, can we exchange bracelets?"
No, at first I said, can we take a photo?
Oh yeah, and he said no.
And he said, oh no, like I can't right now. But
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
okay.
it's I don't know if it's a rumor. I've read this on like E or something that he can't take photos. Maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure
Okay.
of the reason. But anyways, and then I was like, oh, I
He
can I
can't take
exchange?
photos.
No, like maybe with girls, I don't know. But like then eventually I traded a bracelet with him, and like guys, I manifested this because I made a bracelet in office that said like TSTK
Oh.
Oh, okay.
because I was like I
initials.
knew I'm
Yeah.
gonna meet him,
Yeah.
right?
Wow. Okay.
And I did.
So you have his no, you just gave him a bracelet. Or did
I
he
gave
give you
him a bracelet. And he gave me
Wow.
his, so it says like Kelsey. Oh no, it says Travis. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
You didn't want to give it to like our HR Travis.
No. It's crazy.
That would have been a nice gift. I don't know how. Like yeah, but sure. Okay.
Yeah, that was a great experience.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty. I think.
I mean, I would have loved to have met Taylor
Taylor.
Swift.
Do you think you're the only person in Singapore who exchanged a friendship bracelet with
Yeah.
Travis Kelce?
I think so.
Wow.
Wow.
Because okay, so when I was on the like corridor,
Mm.
there's this other girl with me, and I traded with him, and then she asked like, oh, like Travis, can I trade with you? He's like, oh shit, I have no more, because he only had one on his wrist, and he wasn't gonna
And it
give
was
mine to her.
Dang.
Damn.
Yeah, and then after that he left, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think
Wow.
so.
There
There
you
you
go.
have it.
Yeah.
The one and only bracelet trader,
Yeah.
Okay.
Travis.
Shall we wrap up? Wait, we have one more story.
Yes, we have
Yes.
one more
Okay.
topic.
Let's. There's no more wheel. Do we need to spin it, or we just know what it is?
Yeah, you know what it is. So
What it-
the last topic is, how do I even phrase it? The our politicians who were
Embroiled in legal battles.
exactly
Yes. Okay.
exactly.
Yes.
Chris, tell us about this one.
Okay, so in the month of October, a lot of us were going down to the courts a lot of times for several different occasions. Well, not several, but 2 big occasions. So the first one is Warren's final sentencing on October 3rd. and that was when he was sentenced to 12 months imprisonment. And the other one was Pritam Singh versus the Workers' Party. So that one was later, a bit later after Iswaran. So Pritam one was a 9-day trial, and it wrapped up in October 24th, and it was about his it was determining whether he had lied in his testimony to the Committee of Privileges, and it was about then Worker Party member Raisa Khan's own lie. So yeah, a lot of us were actually down in the court and as well as outside just to get live updates for you guys about the trials. Yeah, so
You were there outside
was-
one of the days. I remember being there with you. What was that like
yes,
for you?
for Iswaran. That was actually
That was before
my
he was
first-
sentenced, right?
It was before, so he just arrived. We were there for like what time? 6 a.m. Yeah, because there were other media there also, and it's
People were starting to queue up at that time as well, so we
Yes,
had to get there early.
it was it's quite high profile. I mean, he's then he became the first cabinet minister to be imprisoned, and also the first individual to ever be charged with section 165 of the penal code. So I think it was quite a big like a lot of the public were really
Yeah.
interested in the case lah. Yeah, so we had to go down. Some of us were outside just waiting for people to come out, and some of us went inside. Tarun, were you in the Iswaran one? Did you go inside?
Yeah, I was there on October 3rd.
Oh, that was the
the
sentencing.
sentencing one.
Sentencing,
Yeah,
yeah.
how did
Okay,
that go?
what was that like?
COVID that.
Yeah, it was quite a memorable
Yeah.
memorable
Yeah.
experience. I just remember sitting because I went in to the sort of like the seats in the courtroom.
The gallery.
The public gallery, yes.
Mm.
And yeah, Ishran's family was there as well
Okay.
in the gallery as well. And I mean, obviously there are emotions riding on the sentencing, and I just remembered like when the judge said in excess of both parties' positions, because going into this, both prosecution and defense had laid out different sort of like sort of-
Sentences that they were
Yeah,
asking for, hopefully,
exactly,
right?
yeah. And what came out of that was I guess surprising, at least to me. I
Yeah.
don't know if maybe if you're a legal expert, maybe it's not that surprising, but for me it was quite surprising, and there was a gasp in the audience,
Yeah.
in the gallery, sorry, when that happened. Yeah. So
So to recap, right, because I don't think we said the numbers yet, right? Prosecution was seeking 6 to 7 months for Iswaran.
yes.
The defense was asking for 8 weeks.
yes,
But the judge went ahead and gave Iswaran 12
12
months.
months. Yeah.
Yeah.
which was surprising, I think, at the time,
Yeah.
for a lot of people. Yeah.
Lydia Lam, like a really experienced court reporter for CNA, I think she tweeted that she was like shook.
Yeah.
Or like she was shocked or,
Yeah.
or she gasped or something
Yeah.
when the judge
Yeah.
gave the sentence.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
like I guess relatively rare thing for the judge to do, to give a sentence that is like above
Yeah.
and beyond what the prosecution is asking for.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely quite a day.
And what did you see? Like, how did the family react when they read out the sentence?
I mean, it's not very. I mean, there weren't any like sort of dramatic, emotional
Yeah.
sort of gestures, but you could tell that they, I mean, not to say the obvious, but they were not very happy about.
Yeah, of
the
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sentencing, yeah, and especially knowing that it was a far more serious sentence than maybe people were expecting going into
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Mm.
So that was evident there. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't want to give too much detail because they were. I don't know if I really want to describe how they looked in the
Yeah,
public
yeah,
gallery,
yeah.
but certainly, yeah, that was they were feeling, they appeared to me quite emotional about.
Yeah. On the ground, it was like, I remember when he came out and he he didn't really address the media. He just kind of said like he has nothing, no comments to make.
Yeah.
And then he kind of walked to his car and like everyone is just scrambling to take
Yeah.
like photos and
Yeah.
videos of him.
Yeah.
It was so intense. But like on a human side, and he's guilty of he pled guilty, he's guilty of the
Yeah.
crimes that he's been charged with. But like on a human side, many people were saying like they did feel like a little bit sorry for him. And I think it's almost impossible not to when,
Yeah.
going into it, he probably didn't expect at all
Yeah,
to get the
yeah.
sentence that he got, and then
Yeah.
to be kind of shocked with that. It's pretty pretty nuts.
It's pretty
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. There was another politician that was also in court. That case has not been resolved yet, so we don't want to say too much. But Pris, do you want to give us a bit of a recap of what we saw with regards to Pritam Singh?
Yes. So I mean, the trial that happened in October, it was a 9-day trial, so that was very long, and I think even his lawyer got sick halfway. So for one of the days, I think the court session was actually like it was cut short lah,
Yeah.
because because I mean it was quite a long trial, and there were a lot of witnesses coming into court as well, so a lot of sightings, a lot of people to look out for. And I think I was there for 2 of the days, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, but I mean even those 2 days itself, like you can kind of already like it's similar to Iswaran's, but it was just a bit more extended, because I mean it's such a long
it's drawn
trial.
out.
Yeah, it's a long trial.
Iswaran's one would have been like as long, I suppose, if he had not pled guilty.
Yeah.
Which that was also a surprise, I remember.
That was a
on the
surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was initially
Yeah.
going to claim trial. Yeah, but
Yeah.
with the Pritam Singh, I remember that first day, it was like pouring.
Yes.
And there were so many
Yes.
people there. Xiaxue was there. That was
Yeah.
so
that was-
random.
yeah.
I was outside the court, and it was, and so, because it's pouring, there's a drop off point, and then there's like a sheltered walkway
Yes.
to the court.
Yes.
And like, man, everyone was just scrambling
Yeah,
across
yeah.
that sheltered walkway to get their photos of Pritam.
Yeah.
It's pouring down. I remember Jameis was standing outside.
Yeah, and all the reporters like
Oh,
crowded around him like
Poor
immediately.
guy,
once
and he kept saying like he has nothing to say.
Yeah.
People kept trying to ask
Yeah.
questions,
Mm.
which is within the right of the media to do. But like I guess he didn't want to comment on the issue. Yeah, that was nuts. And I remember it was like one of the big things as well, because people kept, and this was the case with Iswaran as well, when the reporters, the photojournalists were crowding around him, walking backwards.
Yeah.
To take the
Yeah.
photo. They're always like, oh, make sure don't fall. Don't want you to fall.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, there happens to be always one person who falls.
Yeah.
So, like, you'll just
It's always the one with the big
stumble.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those stairs are a bit irregularly kind of spaced out, right? So it's a bit, it is challenging to walk backwards there.
Yeah.
When Marisa left the court, I don't know if it was the first day or the second day, but a photojournalist fell over while he was like backpedaling while he was trying to take photos. It's yeah, I don't know. You don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be that guy, no.
Okay, the
quite
Pritam
a-
Singh thing is not resolved yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what I guess has been resolved by the internet is that his lawyer Andre Jumaboy is like a certified
Giga
Giga
Chad.
Giga Chad. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah,
guess
the term
I
is-
guess that's the term to describe him.
The official
Yeah.
nomenclature for.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what most people don't realize though, and Taran, you might have insight on this, is that he speaks a certain way.
Yeah, he has a very how best to put this? A very eloquent, formal.
Okay.
I mean, he has like a slight British accent.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
He
not
spent time
slight,
in the
not
UK,
slight,
right?
Yeah.
Not slight, so
Not
full
slight.
on.
Yeah, it's quite a strong British accent. So I mean, for those who remember, like one of the more memorable moments in court was when he was examining Lo Pei-ying, and there was a moment where
This is a former aide of Raisa Khan.
former aide of
Yes.
Raisa Khan, and Lo Pei-ying apparently compared Raisa to Lao Hong biscuit.
Yeah.
So I was in the court that day when Juma Boy questioned Lo Pei-ying on
Yeah.
this phrase and was like, could you explain to the court what is a Lao Hong biscuit?
In the British accent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he asking genuinely because he didn't know, or do you, like?
I think it's just procedurally like
Yeah.
as when you're
Yeah,
questioning, you have to sort of lay out the terms and clarify what the person's saying. But it did have a it was pretty funny in
Yeah.
the moment
Yeah.
when we were all sitting around. It's like, yeah, we all get it, but it has to be explained. And when you explain it, it sounds even weirder because it's like, oh, so are you comparing Raisa to a soggy biscuit? Or
Yeah.
what's that?
I think there was some debate about what the actual definition
yeah, what
of Lao
exactly
Hong-
Lao Hong?
especially on the internet, I saw people talking a
Yeah.
bit about that. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, so
Quite soft spoken, right? The man himself.
soft spoken.
Would you? Is that? I mean, not maybe not
Yeah.
soft spoken is the right way to describe it, but like he's not like a, I don't know. Is he a booming voice kind of guy?
But I'll just say that on the stand,
Yeah.
I mean it's quite he does have a presence on the stand
Okay.
when he's like questioning the witnesses. And I remember when I was there were two kids that were like, I think they were like secondary school age.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were huge fans of like Juma Boy.
Wow.
I think they wanted to go. They wanted to be lawyers when they grow or something. So they were like
Oh.
telling me like,
Damn.
"Oh, okay, yeah." I'm like, I'm rooting for him. like, well, like
Wow.
okay, but
They've
like,
adopted a British accent.
yeah, slowly over the
unexpected
course of
British
the,
accent, yeah.
the trial. Yeah, I mean, it was I guess, you know, not to comment on the trial, but just like it was kind of interesting or exciting to see that part of it. Yeah. And he does have a bit of a presence on the stand, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, when you look like that, it's almost
Yeah,
impossible.
Yeah.
Aura.
Yeah,
He
it's
has
I walk away, it's
aura.
like towering over me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, that one.
Good thing you're not a judge. Good thing the judges are impartial. And
Yeah, good thing. Good thing I'm not. I don't have to do that work. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's the news that we wanted to recap for the year that I think sums up 2024 pretty well. But maybe we can end on like a slightly more personal note. Maybe we can talk a little bit about our personal highlights for the year. How should we go? Just a quick one.
Oh,
Chris, why don't you
this-
start us off?
this is quite recent, but Wicked.
Wicked.
Yeah,
Wow.
what a way to end 2024.
Has something changed within you?
I feel like I can fly after
Oh, okay,
watching
yeah.
the first part. No, okay, because I watched the musical first in 2016, so that was like over almost 9 years ago. 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't think I was gonna see anything more afterwards. I thought it was just gonna be a musical, but no, they made a movie adaptation with a brilliant cast, and yeah, I don't know if have you guys watched Wicked?
Alfie's watched it twice.
Twice.
Yeah, I hope that's not
Yeah.
your personal highlight because otherwise it's okay for you.
But I mean, it was great.
It was.
Tyrone
it
hasn't
was.
seen it, right?
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't even seen the stage musical.
Wow,
Oh,
just a
okay.
hater.
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't need to. Yeah, but that's a personal favorite. For me.
I saw Wicked and I must
Yeah.
say, like, I quite enjoyed it. I think, I don't know if people will hate on me for this, but I liked it better than the musical, honestly. Yeah, I feel like some scenes were better in the movie than what I remember. I haven't seen I haven't seen the play for a while, or the stage musical for a while.
The stage musical, it's Idina Menzel plays.
That
That's
was
the
the
Broadway.
first.
That's the
the
Broadway
Broadway
one.
one.
Yeah,
that
So
was-
what you'd see in Singapore probably not
have been.
Maybe Aussie.
Aussie. It tends to be
cast?
Aussie cast. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
I'm Bert Newton. Anyone who knows about Australia knows who Bert Newton is. I remember watching him and he played the Wizard. That was kind of cool.
Oh.
Yeah. I almost cried while watching Wicked. That's all I will say. I didn't. I held back the
I
tears.
cried. I
Yeah.
cried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which scene?
The
same
dancing,
scene?
Yeah,
The
same
Oz,
one. Okay.
the
Yeah,
ballroom
the
one.
ballroom.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so
Yeah.
okay. Everyone felt
Everyone.
emotional during that. Yeah. Look out for that.
Wow,
Tyrone, if you
I'm
watch
missing
it.
out. I
Yeah.
gotta
You-
go get a
yeah.
ticket.
Yeah. Well, you gotta watch it and then you gotta let us know the first episode of next year if you
Next year.
cried.
Whether I cried or
Yeah,
not.
you cried. Yeah. Whether you have a heart or not. If you don't have a heart, there's a wizard who can help you. with
There's a
that.
wizard.
Alfie, what was your personal highlight of the year? I'm just buying time because I'm trying to think of mine.
I mean, it's the first time I travel alone this year.
Oh yeah, where to?
So I went to New York
And
and then I went to Bali. And I just say my parents freaked out when they heard that I was going to New York alone.
Okay.
oh yeah,
I
I mean that is a
reasonably
relatively
so.
But
dangerous place.
as in I didn't find it scary.
Yeah.
I love New York. It's not my first time in New York.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's some like sense of enjoyment of being alone and like have your own schedule.
Yeah.
And even in Bali, like I didn't really do much in Bali, but just that whole time alone and like I'm not going through any crisis or anything. But it's
Very
more of
happy.
like, just like being with yourself and like being independent. Like, why do you need
Yeah.
sometimes like why do you need like such a big group to
of-
like have
yeah.
fun? You know? And I had so much fun. I mean, I met like a colleague of ours there, but other than that it was like all by myself. I could do my own things. Yeah, I think it was great.
Chris, have you ever traveled by yourself? I think you're the only one who.
Traveled alone? No, I was always with someone.
Yeah, okay.
I really want to solo travel when.
You want to. So
The
this is a goal
money-
of yours.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, yeah, I was saving up. I mean, you do need quite a bit of money to solo travel.
Mm.
Actually,
Yeah.
less so.
Really?
Tyrone is a frequent solo traveler.
Yeah, I just
You
got
give
back
some
from
tips, yeah.
got back from my trip to China, which is also my highlight
Yeah.
of the year. So we
Yeah,
can kill
okay.
two birds in one stone.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think it can be cheaper because you're not so you don't have to go to like the sort of touristy places. You
That's
can stay
right,
at
yeah.
cheaper accommodations. You can kind of manage
if you're
with
willing
that
to
as
make
well.
the sacrifices, it definitely is cheap. And when I
Yeah.
say sacrifices, I mean like, okay, for example, if you were to travel by yourself and stay at a hotel,
Yeah.
definitely more expensive as
Mm.
opposed to if you travel with a friend and split the cost,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if you travel by yourself and stayed at a hostel,
Yeah.
Mm.
you know, it gets cheaper.
way
yeah.
cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah. I love traveling by myself as well. I feel like it's such a, I don't know, I just kind of like being able to have my own schedule. I don't have to go
Yeah.
do things that I don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can just like stay in a spot for as long as I want, and I can leave when I get bored, as
Mm.
opposed to if someone else
Yes.
gets bored. That's not to say
Yeah.
that I don't enjoy traveling with other people as well. I do enjoy that.
I think
yeah.
it depends, right? Like there are certain cities or like places you want to go,
Mm.
Yeah.
and maybe that city will always be yours to travel solo.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Wow.
But
So it's
Wow.
New York. It's New York.
New
that
York's
city for
your
you.
place
Yeah,
for.
I
So you
love
can never go to New
travel.
York with anyone else.
I
now?
wouldn't enjoy it. I mean, I went with my parents.
Mhm.
Yeah, I went with my parents, and I loved it with them, of course. But
Okay.
I couldn't do my. I would have watched musicals like the whole time,
Mm.
or like, I would have gone to the museum for like hours. But they
Yeah.
kept rushing me like go out.
Yeah.
I spent like close to 6 hours at the Met.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when like, cause I was in New York, I planned it that like I was there during the Met Gala.
Mm.
I went to like camp there,
Oh.
and no one would have wanted to do that with me.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
parents would like be like, what the heck?
Yeah. Like, why
Okay.
wasting our time doing this?
Yeah,
right?
but I saw like, I mean like I love the Met Gala, so like stuff like that, like you know, you have your own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You don't,
sometimes
you don't
a
have
trip,
to accommodate other
yeah,
people.
and sometimes a
Yeah.
trip can just easily like satisfy all that. Yeah.
Personal highlight for me. I think the time spent with you guys on Help Desk. That's what I would say.
that's-
No, I'm okay. And honestly, I would like thinking about Help Desk. I mean, because you know we just started earlier this year, right? I was looking back on the different episodes, and I know this is the latest episode. I mean, at the time of filming, this is one of the more recent episodes that we've released. But just looking back on like many of the guests that we've got to have on, and the one that comes to mind immediately is like Ho Kwan Ping, who was so fun and so down to earth, and like, oh, I enjoyed talking to him so much. Like that was great. So, Mr. Ho, if you're, I don't know, by the off chance you haven't been watching this, we would love to have you on again. That was fun. We can share more hotel secrets. Yeah, but that was
he was great.
yeah.
Like his personality, and even off camera, we were still joking around.
Yeah,
Until he left the office, we were still joking.
he was generous with his time. Like it wasn't like he was in a
Yeah,
rush or like it
yeah.
wasn't just like he was talking to us just for the cameras. It was like he really kind of was interested in like finding out more about us, which you
the
know.
Gen Z logo.
Yes,
the
yeah.
lingos.
I hope. I don't know. I've reviewed some of that. I don't know if we were completely accurate with some of the Gen Z definitions we were giving
Wow.
him, but hopefully out there he's still using the word delulu. You know,
Yeah.
I hope he is. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was our personal highlights. That was also 2024 recapped. Thank you so much to you guys for joining us on this episode and for all the episodes. If you've watched any of our Help Desk clips, any of our Help Desk shows, we really appreciate it. We'll see you guys next year, I guess. And don't forget, as I always do, that this podcast is powered by Audio-Technica. See you guys.